Shalom Makim. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and safe teach to all the occupant, all four corners of earth who's pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom Makim. It's exciting times we're in, man. When the news is allowing, it's telling the truth about the things that's going on in the world. This is exciting time. They're not even telling the truth. It's just spewing out, whether we're going to tell it or not, man. These are times we're in. People are preparing. The world outside of Babylon the Great is preparing for war. The average Babylonians are still asleep. They're still waiting on for their programs to come on tonight, and just go on with their Mosley Dosley life, where it says the Serbian president warns of great world conflict within 2 months. The president of Serbia has warned that the planet is entering into a great world conflict that could take place within the next 2 months. And, this devil, he knows he has but a short time, so he has to roll. And, they have dates. These demons have certain dates that they try to work their magic on, with only certain holiday dates and stuff like that, man, So, he might try to do some type of false flagging or bombing attempt or something somewhere. It just pushes the people, just like what's going on right now in Russia, happening right now in Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine had pushed back the Russian forces supposedly in one sector, and now they've stepped foot over into Russia. So, that was just, that's just provocation for Russia to just go full-fledged out because they could say that we're being invaded. So now we could go from just sending advisors to the front line to now full force of offensive shutdown or takedown, of Ukraine or whatever. In Ukraine, we know who they're backed by NATO, But Russia has partners too. Like this one guy we watch on the internet, I can't think of his name. He's he goes out and makes videos, and he was showing how in Ukraine, how the Chinese have jumped into the fight with Russia on Russia's side, And we knew that was going to happen because we know about BRICS, we know about the different groups and alliances that are set up, the movers and the players in this thing. We know what's going on. Let me read a little bit of this and I'll bring out. So first he said, Alexander Vucic made alarming comments during the first day of the UN General Assembly session in New York. Another key ground, whenever they talk about the UN sessions going on in New York, man, that's just where they go strategize the plans of what they're going to do for the world wars and stuff. They assemble. Back in World War II, Nazi Germany was being put together. Where'd they go have their assembly at? In New York. What was it? A fundraiser. And it was also a show of Nazi patriotism in America. The Americans don't like to go into that history, though. You would have to Google search that and find that out. But yeah, they had a full-fledged Nazi celebration fundraiser in New York, and a bunch of sympathizing millionaires were there, sympathizing and paying their tithes to the Nazi machine that was being set up, So everything's, basically I said that just to say that everything's a game, everything's being set up, everything's, at the end of the day, it's the Lord's will. But Esau, with his pride, he thinks that he's doing this, he thinks he's making these things happen, but the Lord has him in a trick bag, You see a crisis in every part of the world, Vulture told the Serbian state broadcaster. The Serbian leader cautioned that the war between Russia and Ukraine had moved on to a far deadlier phase. I assume that we're leaving the phases of special military operation and approaching a major armed conflict. And now the question becomes, where is the line? And whether after a certain time, maybe a month or two, even we or will enter a greater world conflict not seen since World War II, since the Second World War, he said, Vucic's remarks were made on the same day that President Vladimir Putin ordered an immediate partial mobilization of troops amounting to 300,000 soldiers. So, what the hell is that? All right, yeah. So Putin got those soldiers. He also put put into play draft, mandatory draft. I gotta do a video on that because you got the soldiers over in Russia. They had a 10-mile line going into I want to say it was Georgia, trying to escape out of Russia. And then I just did see some troops. They were kindly happy to go ahead and get a number to the draft. You also had some Russians over there shooting up the draft centers, putting fire blazes to them, all sorts of stuff. So they're not going in easy either. So the propaganda is that all the Russians are ready for war, but in all actuality, they're fleeing different ways and they're not trying to do this, man. But at the end of the day, the Lord, he's getting them up, man. Let me bring this out. This is Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of rumors. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yes, these are the rumors of the wars, because we know where they're really going to meet up at. These are just the conflicts. They're gearing up. They're in each other's face. Yeah, people are dying, but like I bring on previous videos, even though I know that things are going on over there, these people are happy. Life is still going on as normal for the most part. A lot of infrastructure has not been taken down when war happens. When America went into Iraq, they took down infrastructure and took down major things to destabilize their major way of life. And so when I look at Ukraine, I still see that they have a lot of things in structure, But that's just my take on it. But at the end of the day, it's just still a conflict over there. It's not a full-fledged war yet. You know what I'm saying? It still hasn't, broke out into that yet, man. He says, Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, man. So once these different nations, like I said, are bubbling up and they're coming together, those are more and more signs, sure tell signs of what's getting, we're escalating and getting ready to move from that area to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Let me continue reading. The Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant was shelled, and also some high positions, representative of NATO states, who are saying there might be possibility of the premises to use nuclear weapons against Russia, he added. Yeah, see, those NATO states have been itching. They've been wetting their chops to use those type of words right there, And I don't know, like I say, how true it is and what it is, because we're getting information from one side. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know, to the effect of who's actually winning the war, as far as what troops are in what area. All we get is what the what our Western media pours into us, and we got to take it with a grain of salt and filter it. Yeah, we got to filter these things and put our step to prove our understanding on it, man. All this is because over there, like I said, they had a draft. They had a draft over there, and those things are coming to America very soon. America doesn't have enough troops. It doesn't have enough police force, to police its cities, So this place is just ripe for the taking too as well, So, these things are going to happen here in Babylon the Great. Let me read some more of this. Putin obviously inserted the Western powers should be reminded that our country also has various weapons of destruction, and with regard to certain components, they're even more modern than the NATO ones, man. Once again, mind you, NATO has those rockets all aimed at Russia, all on the border of the states. Those one countries that were once a part of the USSR power, now NATO has given them financial backing or some type of backing or some sort, and they allowed them to put their missiles, they aim them towards Moscow in those countries, So that's why Russia has it has a lot of distrust for those countries next to their neighbors, because they sold out to NATO, This is Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, man. So yeah, our people they gotta wake up that sleep, man, because they're sleeping. They don't know a goddamn thing. They couldn't tell you two shits about what's going on over there. You know, they don't know. So our people are asleep, man. You know, so we're fishing for the hopeful elect. You know, they're stuck in they are in the four corners of the globe to come up out of that sleep, man. You know, and realize what the Lord is doing, man. You know, He's waking up these smaller nations. He's waking up these other nations and gearing them for war. War is on the horizon. You know, war is on the horizon. For we know is our salvation nearer than we believe, man. And so these prophecies are happening, man. So it's not time to fall asleep. It's not time to get weak in this truth, man. It's time to continuously and go harder in this truth, man. Because we see that the world is getting ready to go to war very soon, man. You know, the man said that the gearing up to these things. Let me bring it back. He says, so I don't chop it up. He said, maybe a month or two. He said, we are entering a great world conflict not seen since the Second World War, man. You know, that was huge, man. That was a huge war that was going on, man. You know, so this devil is gearing up for war, man. So that sleepy time is over. You should be paying attention to the news, you know, and you should be seeking the Lord even more, man. 100 times harder, man. It's Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and is safe, man. So that's who's going to be our safety tower in them days, man, is the Lord, man. So for those of you out there who don't know the name of the Lord, you should be seeking the name of the Lord, man, because it's going to get ugly out here. It's going to get ugly. They're going to have draft out here. They're going to drop their new devices out here. They're going to come out with it. They're going to try to shut down the economy again, man, you know, in various different ways, whether it be the cashless economy or whether it be through this different you know, things that this devil comes out with, man. I can't really say it because he'll shut our pages down and shut us down. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this out. I seen this little article about Serbian president, you know, and everybody's gearing up for war, man. They're clicking their heels, man, right about now, man. You know, getting those guns ready, man. You know. Yeah, I just wanted to bring this out. I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Akim.